My next speaker, Kelsey Goodwin. This is her first time. Woo! Give her some love. She is a Canadian photographer and actually been named one of the rising stars, the top 30 under 30, like, what is that? There's some 15 number in there, one of the 15 most inspiring new photographers. So she's got some photography background, but she, more importantly, has a dog named Cairo that she really, really loves. She likes to collect interesting people, and she also has one of the hobbies that I have very near and dear to my heart, which is eating. So she loves to eat, and she loves to share. So come up to the stage. Kelsey.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we're going to try something. Put up your hand if you feel overwhelmed. I do. Now give each other a high five, because we're in this together. We're going to talk about your business relationships, specifically the one between you and your business. And they're not the same thing. Sometimes I think there's a misconception in this industry that we are our business. And I think it's because we take our work so personally, and we identify with being a photographer and filmmaker. But it's so important to separate the two, because your business is a psychopath, all right? It doesn't give a shit about you unless you design it that way. It will take everything you have, your money, your passion, most importantly, your time. It will literally take everything from you if you allow it to. So we're going to talk about preventing that from happening and how to stop it from continuing. And before we begin, I have an analogy to get us in the right mindset. So come with me on this journey. Airplane safety pamphlets. They instruct the mother to put her oxygen mask on herself before putting it on her child. And at first, I thought that was really weird, because I don't have kids or anything, but it seems kind of selfish, right? Like, our human nature is to help the child first, because, you know, they're our responsibility and dependent. And then I started thinking about it like this. It kind of makes sense. We have to support the foundation, or the responsible portion of that relationship first. Like, the business is the mother in this scenario, and the child represents your art and passion. Because when the oxygen runs out, you'll both be dead unless you take care of business. So it all started when I went to see a financial planner. I was excited to learn how to make my money work for me and what stocks to invest in, and she was like, "Whoa, Kels, let me show you this pyramid. You're all the way down here. Making return is up here. You gotta start with a financial plan before you can start making investments." And I drew a lot of parallels from that for a creative business. So I made a pyramid of my own. So at the base of the creative business pyramid is the unique product, as you can see. And this needs to be amazing photography. You might already have great business systems in place, but if you feel like you're not really at a place in your career that you want to be, chances are you got to start back at the bottom. It's easy to get caught up in the business stuff, and that's very important, as we'll get to that. But sometimes you just got to go back to your skills and be the best artist you can be and offer the best, most special work that you can provide. But I'm willing to bet that everyone in here is a fantastic photographer. Your ambition shows just by being here. And we're passionate about the work we do there, as opposed to setting up business systems. So we're going to focus on the midsection of the pyramid, starting with uncontrollable events. That's things like business insurance, disability insurance, and emergency cash. Extremely important and extremely boring stuff. When I was 21, I had 30 grand of photography gear stolen from my car the day before a destination wedding. I had no insurance, and it was terrible. So if you don't have insurance, please get insurance. It's totally worth it, even for the peace of mind. So next up, we have controllable priorities. This is where a lot of the action happens. So in this section, you've got outsourcing, studio management softwares, accounting, your brand, and workflows. Outsourcing is extremely important. And as photographers, we're prone to thinking that we have to do everything ourselves for some reason. And I totally get that. But this is an area that you almost can't afford not to consider. And if you're not at that point in the pyramid yet, I totally get it. It can be expensive to outsource your editing and things like that. But there's things you can do by yourself as well, like canned responses, questionnaires, you know, setting up your Lightroom workflow so you're like a freaking ninja at that. There's a thing that we're all familiar with called return on investment. But there's also this thing called return on time investment. The theory behind that is that the workflow takes you 7 hours to set up, but it relieves you of 1 hour of work per day after that for the same task. Your ROTI is going to come back to you like just after a week. And that's just going to give you free time that you can invest in things in the growth opportunities area. So growth opportunities, we have the three things that actually are the only things that make us money as photographers. And that's shooting, marketing, and selling. That's why those are up there. Now, education is up there too. And we're all here to get inspired, and it's fantastic that we're all here, even if you're not at that point in the pyramid yet, because education is imperative throughout your journey. I'm just saying that you won't be able to take advantage of everything you've learned this week if you're drowning underneath. You're going to go home with your notebook full of ideas and your heart full of dreams, and that's what makes this conference so freaking great. And you might even implement 1 or 2 things, but procrastination won't be your problem, because the top here is the child. She's running out of oxygen. You guys, this stuff does not come easy to me. I was voted most likely to be late for my own wedding in high school and most unorganized. So if I can do it, you can do it. It all begins with your passion and ends with your art, because that's when you can fully realize your fullest potential as an artist and business person. And that's living the life of your own design and own your business instead of the other way around. Thanks.
There I am. Woo! Turn myself on. I like it. Good thing we got these new vibrating things. That was a fantastic first job. Thank you, Kelsey.